Zelensky's under a lot of fire. There was a soundbite that came out over the weekend. I'm talking about the president of Ukraine. And as you well know, we've been spending a lot of money in Ukraine, and it was thought that we would go in there and easily help them win this war and defend themselves against Putin, except it didn't turn out to be that way, and it just turned year after year after year after year, and a lot of dollars. And a lot of those dollars have gone missing. I mean, we found out that the head of the Defense Department for Ukraine was kind of siphoning stuff off the top. So they got rid of him and he went off to Dubai. And then they put in another guy, like the deputy. And well, it turns out he was siphoning stuff off too. And so you start to ask, how much siphoning off really goes on? Zelensky was asked, like, where is the money? And he had a really poor answer for it. He's speaking in Ukrainian, so I'm going to turn his volume down a little bit so that you can hear me. So he did this interview, and he's like, look, I've heard this, that the Ukraine got $177 billion from America. I think Donald Trump said $300 billion, but anyway, he's saying $177 billion to be precise. That's the exact figure, which it sounded like it was voted on or supported by Congress. And then he's like, as president of a warring country, I'm going to tell you we received just over 75. Okay, so he's putting that number somewhat in dispute. That is of 100 billion of these 177 or 200 billion. I don't know. He can't seem to know which. Let's go with 177 billion or 200 billion. And then he starts to say, but they can't really account for this money because, you know, they didn't necessarily buy just weapons with it. No, they bought all kinds of other things, including additional transport. They had training. They had all these other things on the peripheral that it doesn't have anything to do with weapons. So you can't just draw a line and say it went from here to here. There were humanitarian programs. There were social, you know, they had to be that social media transgender person. Remember that one? But when they say, you know, where's all this money? He writes or says, I don't know where all the money is. And that's kind of shocking to me. Let's go back and play that again. He said, I don't know where all the money is. And I'm concerned by that. I don't know where all the money is. Okay, so Zelensky doesn't know where it is. Not a great thing to say. Well, Donald Trump had something to say in response. He's like, look, we're giving all this stuff. What are they giving us? He knows what he wants. In return, listen.
One of the problems we have with the Russia-Ukraine situation is that we want to see some equalization because we're in for close to $300 billion and they're in for $200 billion less. Why are they in for less? Because Biden never asked them for money. He never said, you got to pay. He never did. All he did is hand out money. So we're talking with them right now, and we're actually working some deals right now. So we have some guarantees and some other things to keep that whole situation to go, really going. I mean, going. We're telling Ukraine they have very valuable rare earth. We want what we put up to go in terms of a guarantee. We want a guarantee. We're handing them money hand over fist. We're giving them equipment. European is not keeping up with us. They should equalize. And look, we have an ocean in between. They don't. It's more important for them than it is for us. But they're way below us in terms of money. And they should be paying at least equal. They should really be paying much more than us, but let's say equal to us. And they're billions and billions of dollars below. So we're looking to do a deal with Ukraine where they're going to secure what we're giving them with their rare earth and other things.
Wow. I mean, look, this is why America wanted a business person there. Am I right? Because it's just give away. I mean, maybe Joe Biden was the business person for his family, so to speak. I mean, I wonder. I'd be curious to see all that. I have a feeling we're going to find out because Kash Patel is going to be in the seat as head of the FBI. You get Pam Bondi, you're going to have a good team. You're going to have a good team. You get John Radcliffe there now as head of CIA, and they're going to find out exactly where all this money was going.